Hello everyone, welcome back to World of Wonders, which is part of Space Quest 3. So, last time we had just found World of Wonders, and I guess a logical thing to do would be to walk inside. I think I read this last time. That's right, last time I read that and we looked inside this case and got killed by that thing inside there. This is just, looks almost like there are two ways in, but that thing on the right, that's just a shadow. This is not a way in. The only way in is through here. Howdy, stranger. The name's Blatz, Fester Blatz. Welcome to World of Wonders. Go ahead, have a look at some of the trendiest items in the known universe. Make the most of your vacation, Buckazoid. You know, let me turn down the speed a little bit, because, I think his mouth is supposed to be fast-moving, but it's just it's a little unnaturally fast-moving when the game is really fast like that. Alright, let's take a look around. The cast-off refuse of a dozen worlds cling to every available service of the store. You're astonished at the diversity. You're even more astonished that someone would buy this stuff. How about a nice orat on a stick? The kids will just love this. We're talking hours of fun for the whole family. Just look how cute the little guy is. Now here's a red-hot item, the official Astro Chicken Flat Hat. You'll really turn some heads in this sporty little number. It's modeled after the hot new arcade game that's sweeping the galaxy, which we've already seen at Monolith Burger. Going to any hot temp planets? This nice pair of throw-weave underwear will keep your internal environment pleasant even on the sweatiest worlds. You just take your time, you hear? Don't feel pressured to buy anything. Well, that thermoweave underwear, keeping cool on even the sweatiest of worlds. Where have we been to a hot place in this game? It seems like there might be a place where that could be useful. Okay, he's already told us about the orat on a stick, and this, and this. Alright, let's take a look around. Let's take a look at the shelves. Let's see what we can find here. So, the shelves are arrayed with some of fine examples of the natural wonders of this planet. Also some worthless junk that can only be found at fine tourist establishments such as this. Okay. So, I don't know that there's a way to get, like, a good listing of everything that's here. Well, really, so, I guess I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I'll just go ahead and say it. The only things that you actually can buy, or need to buy, are the three things that he's mentioned. The orat on a stick, the Astro Chicken hat, and that thermoweave underwear. That's it. Everything else here is just for show. But let's take a look around. Like that skeleton at the back there. Oh. It doesn't even describe it. Or that skull. The skull of a horned flea beast hangs from the rafters. What about that pennant? Yeah, okay. What about those postcards on the right? You examine one of the many interesting postcards. Okay, so this is about Arrakis. That's obviously a sandworm from Dune. Arrakis, a great spot for winter travel. Arrakis holds many delights for the adventurous vacation. Nothing compared with a blinding dust storm being crushed by a sandworm. Place stamp here. All right. I think if we keep looking at the postcards, we'll see different. Yeah, there we go. Black Hole Bertha. Like a giant interstellar vacuum, Black Hole Bertha comes sweeping through the galaxy. All travelers are advised to stay away from Bertha. Just buy the postcard, then tell everyone you went there. Seems like a wise idea. Oh, hey. Where have we seen this before? Beautiful Ortega. The volcanoes of Ortega are constantly reshaping its surface. Dressed in heat-resistant underwear, the hardy traveler can find a lava lover's paradise with a starkly enjoyable planet. So that's pretty much a dead giveaway. Once again, they've pretty much just given away the solution to the puzzle here. A few people, actually more than one person, has already commented on previous videos that I made of this game, saying that this was the only Sierra game that they ever finished without help, like without a hint book or anything like that. So apparently it's one of the easier Sierra adventures, and you know, if they literally just tell you the solutions to the puzzles like this, then I guess it's fairly easy to figure out. Yeah, orat on stick, the hat, and the underwear. Oh, yeah, alright. Oh, hey, Roberta Land. That looks like, I mean, the castle is probably meant to evoke Neuschwanstein. Actually, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like a Walt Disney castle, but the Walt Disney Snow White castle was, of course, modeled on Castle Neuschwanstein in southern Germany. Come join the fun at the fun park of the future. See characters from your favorite stories come to life again and again. Recently revised, so don't miss a single thrilling scene. Alright, well, this is certainly an interesting postcard. Beta Alpha Starless Region. Looking for some real solitude? Come to a place that's so far from everything that you can't even see stars. Mind-numbing boredom greets you as you drift aimlessly through nothing. A must for the brain dead. All right. Wish you were here instead of me. Acheron. This is exciting Acheron. I don't recognize the name Acheron, but that thing on the guy's face looks like a facehugger from the Alien movies, so I'm going to guess that that's what this is referencing. The friendly creatures of Acheron are a delight for young and old alike, tame enough to come right up to come right up and caress you, yet wild enough to slash you to shreds if provoked. Okay, is that... Okay, and they just go in a loop after that. Alright. So, we've seen pretty much everything here already, except for that stuff inside that glass case there. Stick with the case. The glass counter is smeared with fingerprints and who knows what else of countless off-world species, covers an impressive array of overpriced rocks and gems. Atop the counter is a rack of colorful postcards from all corners of the galaxy. Okay, so we've seen the postcards, but, rocks and gems, huh? Let's ask about gems. He's not listening to you, he likes the sound of his own voice too much. Alright. But it happens that we have a gem here. So maybe it might be useful to, since this guy deals in gems... My, that certainly is one fine hunk of Orium. I'll take it off your hands for 350 buckazoids. What do you say? So this is the haggle interface, and the way that you do this is just say yes to his third offer. So we say no the first time. He offers 400 buckazoids, say no again, and then his final offer is 425 buckazoids. If you say no here, you can offer him the rock again, but he'll offer lower prices after this. He'll never go as high as 425 buckazoids again. So you want to say yes to this because this is the highest offer that he will ever give you. So say yes to his third offer, and that's the way to get the most money off of him. You can take less, like you don't actually need 425 buckazoids necessarily, but the advantage here is you also get some points for accepting his third offer. See, I got 8 points for doing that. Alright, so now we have 432 buckazoids because we have the 425 that he gave us plus the 7 we found in the seat cushion of our ship. So now we can buy those things. We don't need to buy any of the other stuff. We need to buy the Orat on a stick. A wise choice. I'm surely very, very pleased. Buy the hat. And buy the underwear. And let me just save here quickly because I'm not sure if I can waste money on other stuff. I see you on the display case. You'll notice a very nice collection of Orium crystals. I think you'll agree that they're some of the highest quality gems on this hemisphere. And priced to sale, too. Can I buy some Orium? If you wanted Orium, you shouldn't have sold your only piece. Okay, fair enough. Can I buy a postcard? You must buy one, then realize you don't have any friends to send one to. Oh. How sad. Can I buy that skull? Come on, nobody buys that stuff. Buy those robots? What are those robots in the back there? Yeah, right. Okay, so what do we have? Yeah, okay. So what do we have now? So we have Ord on a stick. You can open his mouth and close his mouth. Hours of fun for all. Or maybe, if by hours you mean like about 5 seconds of fun. We have the Thermoweave underwear. They keep you cool and they're oh so stylish. I like how they have a nuclear radiation logo on the front. Or maybe that's the back. Are we seeing these from the front or the back? I'm assuming the front, but who knows. And then the Astroskin flight hat. Wow, your official Astroskin flight hat. Man, the babes really dig you in this. Okay. So, I'll just go ahead and say right now, the Astroskin flight hat is totally useless. It serves absolutely zero purpose in the game whatsoever. I don't know why you get points for buying it, because it is literally useless. The underwear, we already know what it does. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's for. And this, well, maybe we'll find out what that's for later. It has a use, obviously, but, or maybe not, obviously, but it has a use, but we'll find out later. I guess we're done. Thanks, buddy. Oh, I can't even say thanks. All right. Leave. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, it looks like that lightning is getting close. Better be careful out there. All right. Whoa, hey, what's going on here? Oh, it's... So, this is Roger Wilco, the man I've been sent across the universe to track down and terminate. I am not impressed. You are too easy to find. You tend to leave a mess wherever you go. Seems you forgot to pay for that Labion and Terrorbeast mating call whistle. Now let's see, with interest it comes to 400,000 buckazoids. I don't think you've got that kind of cash on you, No, I didn't think so. The good people at the Chipperzoid Novelty Company are most displeased. Non-payment is a serious offense. But lucky for you, I'm in a good mood today. I will count to 10 real slow, then I track you down. If I make it to your ship, I forget I see you. But if I catch you again, I dust you like bundt cake. Do they have bundt cake in Austria? Alright, so obviously he has some kind of an invisibility mechanism with which he conceals himself, and all of a sudden this door magically became closed. Look, this vector is closed up, the door is closed and locked. Alright. Well, let's see what happens if we just stand around. Oh, hey. Yeah, so the way that you see this guy is by his footprints. He's technically invisible, but his footprints in the sand are visible. Oh, that looks like it might be painful. Alright. Fairly generic death message. So, this actually harkens back to Sierra's early days. Remember in King's Quest where, like in the very first King's Quest game, where there tended to be two solutions to a lot of puzzles? There would usually be an easy solution and a better solution. And actually that was continued throughout several of Sierra's later games as well. So this kind of harkens back to that. There's a solution here that's, well, I don't know why one is necessarily easier or better or you know than the other. They're both not necessarily difficult, but I guess one's a little harder than the other. So I'll show you the one that gets you less points first, and then we'll stick with the one that gets you more points because we want the most points from the game. So, all right, so I left off here. I'm going to go ahead and leave, and, oh, actually, yeah. I should save after this because we don't want to have to go through this cutscene every single time. All right, so I'll just go ahead and say met assassin robot, let's say. Let's avoid some copyright claims. So yeah, he's not necessarily that difficult to avoid. See, Phleebhut from Mog's Head entrance fee. Sorry, temporary closed for repair. Okay. But we can still go inside here, even though it's closed. We can still walk inside. You're inside one of Mog's legs. There's an elevator shaft complete with elevator leading up into the interior. Okay, let's look at the elevator. At the bottom of the shaft, the elevator buttons on the south side of the elevator. Okay, push button. There we go. Logically, that causes the elevator to go up. I guess we could have anticipated that. What's going on here? You're within the cavernous interior of Mog's belly. An elevator shaft leads down and stairs from between the first and second level platforms. Heavy equipment necessary to automate Mog can be seen on the upper level. Alright, I'm going to guess that the heavy machinery used to operate Mog might be somehow meaningful to us. Oh, actually, you press up and Roger actually automatically moves slightly to the left to accommodate for the fact that staircase is slightly angled toward the left. Oh, hey, look who's here. You see a lean, mean fighting machine coming up elevator. Yes, he's coming up elevator. I see you, Wilco. So let's take a look at these pulleys. There are two rope pulleys near the motor and gears. Apparently they're used for maintenance of the equipment. Looking up, you notice that they are mounted on tracks running the length of the second floor platform. Alright. Well, this looks like it could go badly for us. I mean, maybe I should save my game here because this is a puzzle that requires a bit of timing. Oh. Requires some positioning as well. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. Reaching up here for the rope pulley, a mighty shove. There we go. That was I guess the easier solution to the puzzle because it gives you slightly less points. But yeah, that's how you deal with the robot. And how do we get out of here? Well, let's take a look at the robot. The Terminator is now... Oh, they even say the Terminator is now a pile of junk on the first level platform. Looking closely, you notice that the Terminator's invisibility belt has survived relatively intact, which is obviously a clue. Yeah, there's no way you could carry all that, but we can get the belt. Okay. Now we have the invisibility belt. Terminator's invisibility belt. Can we use it? Let's wear the belt. Okay, you wear the belt. I guess we need to turn it on. Turn on belt. The belt, you notice the power supply is very low. You decide to hold off until you really need it. Okay. So we can't just stay invisible the whole time. Even though the robot can, but for some reason we can't. Hey, what's going on here? Didn't you see the sign saying we're closed for repairs? Oh, I'll see you've gotten rid of that grease-swollen android. Never did like the Terminator series. Good riddance to bad circuits. Well, you might as well ride down with me. Thanks, Fester, because this is basically how you get out of here, because otherwise we'd be stuck here for... because there'd be no way to get out of here otherwise, since the elevator went back down after the robot took the elevator up. So yeah, so that's the easier solution. And let me actually show you what happens if you try to just go back to your ship, because you can, I mean, see, the robot will follow you around here. You might have seen his footprints there just as I was leaving that screen. But you can get back to your ship like this. See, we're here at our ship again, so it's not that difficult to get back to your ship. But if you try to go inside, it turns out that he's actually standing cloaked in front of the ramp. So if you try to go up the ramp, he'll grab you as you try to go up the ramp, just like that. I think that's a bit unfair because you don't see any footprints leading here. I mean, since you're able to see his footprints in the sand, you should see footprints leading up to the ship. So the game kind of cheats a little bit by not showing you his footprints, but yeah, he's there waiting for us. So now I'll go ahead and show you the solution that is a little more... oh. Roger falls down when trying to scale this... come on. Okay, we can go that way. Scale that sand thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save here, and I'll save as at ship. So basically what we need to do here is go left from here, and we can see is there's several large rocks here. One rock has a large overhang, and it almost appears to be a cave. On the overhang, you can see several large pulsating pods. Now, what are these pods all about? For even you could swear they were a bunch of dancing raisins, probably a reference to the California raisins, but a closer look indicates otherwise. The leech-like creatures appear to have connected themselves to the overhang with a gelatinous adhesive secretion. Yuck. That's pretty gross, and if you walk under them, it's also pretty dangerous because this happens. Oh, they even have a chow container here rendered in the style of the Purina cat chow and dog chow. Wow. And they did this again with Space Quest 4 because they had like, I think there was like a slug chow at the beginning of the game and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess this is why Purina sued them. Anyway, so you might think, okay, if the pods can do that to us, what can they do to the robot? Well, let's find out. Now, what makes this puzzle a bit tricky is you can't just walk on the screen and wait until the robot shows up. You have to actually position yourself a little bit behind the pods. So you have to kind of position yourself a little bit carefully, which is hard because you can't see yourself behind the rock, obviously. So what I do is, you saw what I did, I just kind of went to the left and walked a little bit to the right, so I'm kind of behind the pods. There we go. So that's the solution that gives you more points. And I don't know why, because really, in the end, it's the same thing, right? I mean, you destroy the robot, so what's the difference? But yeah, the robot has been chewed up pretty well. It's now a pile of junk lying on the sand under the pustules. Looking closely, you notice the Terminator's invisibility belt has survived relatively intact. That belt must be made of some really tough material. It's like, if the belt can survive everything that happens, why didn't they make the whole robot out of that material, whatever the belt is made out of? It's like that joke about the black boxes in airplanes. If the black box in an airplane is supposed to survive a plane crash, then why don't they just make the whole plane out of whatever material the black box is made out of? So we can't just get the belt, because, yeah, get closer. Well, you can imagine what'll happen. We'll just see ourselves die again if we try to get closer. So this is where the ORAT on a stick comes in handy. So let's go ahead and use the ORAT on a stick. And thus we retrieve the invisibility belt. Now we can wear the belt, but we'll save its, since its power supply is almost depleted, we will save its usage for when we really need it, which will be obviously significantly later in the game. So that's it for Phleebhut. That's all there is on Phleebhut. You might think I didn't explore this planet very well, but that's because there's nothing else here. It's just a big purple desert. There is not much going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and say leaving Phleebhut. But just before I go, let's go ahead and see what happens if we try to go outside the game's boundaries. So if we try to go south from here, this happens. Burp. Now we're Snake Chow. And if you try to go north, so that's Phleebhut's southern boundary. This is the game's way of telling you that you can't go farther south than that. And if you try to go to the north, that happens. Because there's that thunderstorm moving in. And I think, so that's the northern boundary of Phleebhut, the thunderstorm. The southern boundary is the snake, northern boundary is the thunderstorm, and I think east-west is just a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap, or what mathematicians would call a torus, I guess, which basically means that it doesn't have an end. It just wraps around. You go in one direction far enough, you'll just come out the other side of the other in the other direction. So, okay, that's it. We are done here on Phleebhut. We can sit down and use the computer and get out of here. Warp up the engines, or ramp up the engines, take off, and we instantly appear back in space. So, we could go back to Ortega, and we could go back to Ortega and use that underwear that we're wearing. But before we do that, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. But let's go ahead and go to Monolith Burger first, because it might make sense. It might make more sense to go to Ortega after Monolith Burger. And we might find out why later. Let's go ahead and clock up some light speed here. Alright, flashing message. The monitor attracts our attention. Approaching Monolith Burger. Alright, welcome to Monolith Burger. Alright, so we've been here before in the last video. So we can't do anything. Oh, we can sit down here as well. Okay, that's cool. We can sit down here. But we can't do anything on this screen really other than sit down because we can't order here. There's this long line of people waiting to order. But we can order here. So let's go ahead and let me just save the game quickly. And let's take a look at the menu. So, welcome to Monolith Burger. Thank you. Let's take a look at the menu. So, we have a mini monolith, which I'm assuming is, I'm assuming the monolith here is the Big Mac, basically. So, like a mini Big Mac, a Big Mac with poly cheese, filet au orat, so like a fish fillet, obviously. Jumbo monolith with poly cheese. Big Belcher combo includes jumbo mono with poly cheese, space spuds with extra grease, and sloppy slurper. There's the monolith fun meal, and there's space spuds, which I'm assuming is fries. And then there's tang. You can get a small, medium, or a large tang, or a sloppy slurper. So, I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out. Probably just trial and error. What you need here is the fun meal, because we don't really need food. We need the, the little prize that comes with the fun meal. So I press 7. It says thank you. And press Q to quit. Would you like something to drink with that? I like the option. I always, for some reason, this sticks out in my memory. I always just like the way this guy just tries to push things onto us, and yet we don't really it would make sense if we had to pay for this, but it doesn't seem like we do, because we only just pay for the thing that we selected. I don't think we pay extra for the something to drink. So we can choose yes or yes, but it doesn't make any difference. Would you like some space buds with that? Yes or yes. Would you like a black fruit pie with that? Yes, yes. Special day, free drink with every purchase. Okay, thanks. While supplies last. I already said yes to the drink. And we still only pay 7 buckazoids, so it's like, what was the point? What's the point of trying to sell to somebody if you're not actually selling to them, because they don't actually have to pay for it? I don't know. Anyway, pay. Have a nice day. Cool, thanks, pal. You gingerly pick up the greasy bag. You can hardly wait to have a seat and dig in. All right, let's dig in. Let's go ahead and sit down here. And I'll just say eat. And Roger sits about the busy business of eating. And I think we'll see him drinking too, because, yeah, like that, because we did order a drink. Actually, no, we didn't order a drink. We got a free drink with the meal, so. Ow! Hey, what's this in my burger? Oh, what's my fun meal prize? Hey, it's a swell decoder ring. Cool. That was mighty tasty. Well, maybe mildly tasty. Well, maybe not tasty at all. In fact, it reminded you of the slick skin of a Vorlian mucus worm. That's pretty gross, but, okay. Should I clean the table? Nah, let Mr. Employee of the Week clean it up. This is something that I don't like. I don't like when people just leave food on the table. I mean, I will actually clean up my food, because why not? I mean, it seems like a reasonable thing to do. But anyway. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a decoder ring. With this ring, you can decode any secret message. Well, almost any secret message. Okay, seems like it might be a useful thing to do. Oh yeah, before we forget, let's go ahead and wear the underwear. Not a good idea considering you're... Okay. Okay, the game won't actually let us start putting on new underwear in a place like this. Okay, I guess that's fair. That's actually fairly reasonable now that I think about it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save here. I got the decoder ring. And the only other thing... excuse me, I apologize. I ate something before making this video. I really should remember not to do that. It's always a mistake to eat just before making a video, because then I have to keep clearing my throat. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the only other thing we can do here in Monolith Burger is play this arcade game. It's Astro Chicken. So, let's land on the Astro Chicken landing pad. He's spending on you to bring him to safety. I think yeah. So these are controls. The basic controls are the arrow keys, and yeah. I'm not going to read this because it'll go by before I can finish reading it, but basically this is how you play the game. So what's the objective here? The ideal thing to do here is to land 10 times. If you land 10 times in a row, then that's how you win this portion and get some points for it. Alternatively, if you find the game too difficult and can't win it 10 times in a row, you can lose 10 times, and then you'll also get what you need from here. But besides obviously losing more money, because you have to insert a Buckazoid each time you play, you also don't get the points. So it's better to win 10 times and then get the points for that. So let's go ahead and insert a Buckazoid. And, oh, you know what? I need to slow this down a bit, because that's going way too fast there. All right, this is better. So the way I usually do things is just get the chicken into the middle first. Like, see, if the chicken's off to the side like that, I will steer him off into the center, and then when he's in the center, I'll just cut off his landing right around where that star is in the middle. See that star in the middle? I'll usually just press up when he is right about to touch that star right in the middle there, and then that's kind of how I gauge it. And you might have to adjust a little bit. Like that time I pressed up a little too early, so he would have gone back up if I hadn't stopped, but I stopped like that time too. I was a little too early, but I pressed up again to stop his ascent. It's better, in my opinion, to be a little bit too early than a little too late, because if you're too late, you will... Whoops. If you are too... if you're too late, you'll bounce off the landing pad, and then it becomes difficult to control Astro Chicken. So it's easier to be a little bit early, and then if he starts going up too much, then just press up again to stop his ascent. It's not tremendously difficult once you get the hang of it, but... takes a little patience, but it's not that bad. There we go. And this is why we need the decoder ring. So we can say, use the ring. And this shows you basically, so it's just a one-for-one swap. Basically, the letters are just swapped, one with another. So, and you can actually kind of read this. Like, the letters are not even radically different from normal English letters. So you can kind of, if you kind of look closely, you can kind of read it a little bit, sort of. So it says, help us. We are being held, I think it says captive. Yeah, captive by Scumsoft On the small moon of Pestilon, an impenetrable force field surrounds the moon. It must first be does that say destroyed? No, it probably says deactivated. Yeah, I think it says deactivated. Its origin is unknown to us. Scumsoft, what's that word? Security, probably, is armed with jello pistols. We're counting on you, whoever you are. Two guys in trouble. So there you go. That's the message. And, yeah, that's it. That's all we can do here now. So now we can go to Ortega. But you know what? I am not satisfied because I died once. I'm gonna try this again. And I'm gonna go for a perfect run. Even though I don't think you lose points for dying once. I died once and I don't think I lost points for that, but still, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm gonna try once more and make sure that I get 10 in a row flawlessly with no death, because whoa. Yeah, see, that's what happens if you press up too late. You bounce off the landing pad like that, and then he goes flying like that, and it's kind of risky. It is relatively easy to wipe out if you do that, so avoid doing that. So that's why I said I usually press up a little too early, or I try to press up a little too early, because then if he stops just before landing, then you can just press up again and he will just gently go down onto the landing pad. So yeah, this game is not that difficult. Space Quest 4 had a sequel called Ms. Astro Chicken, which is considerably more difficult and more nuanced than this. I mean, it's not terribly nuanced, but it has more to it than this. I mean, this is a fairly simple game, obviously. This is basically, it's like Lunar Lander. I think it's probably inspired by Lunar Lander. And it's not a bad game, but, you know, it's not the kind of thing that you'd really spend a very long time playing. This was actually released as a standalone game. Sierra did release a separate, free standalone version of this as kind of a tie-in to Space Quest 3. So if you wanted to just play this, you could do so and just download it for free from their BBS back in the day when they had a BBS. So there we go. There's the secret code. It goes something like this, and that's it. Oh, somebody's already cleaned our mess from the table. That's nice. We're done here. We are done at Monolith Burger. We can go back to our ship. Enter ship. You slide back into the ship, closing the hatch behind you. The docking control beam begins guiding you safely clear of Monolith Burger. And that was that. We are... That's cute. I actually like how the music fades out. The music doesn't just cut off, it actually fades out. That's something you obviously couldn't do with the PC speaker. We can do that with ad-lib sound. It's kind of cool. All right. I'll go ahead and save here. Left Monolith Burger. And that's a wrap. Next time we'll go to Ortega and see what we can find there. And, yeah, because we're already done with Phleebhut. We're done with Monolith Burger. Ortega's the last place we can go. So let's go ahead and head out there. We'll do that in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you all later. Ta-ta for now.